So I'm looking at Nelvana's catalog from 2021, which is able to be found on their website. And they have different things in here. There's all the preschool shows in their catalog. Fortunately, I don't think they own Care Bears anymore. But I can definitely see that. I'm pretty sure that was not owned by them for a while. But yeah, basically, there's the preschool stuff. And then come down to the kids 6 to 11 section. And then here's the teen and adult section, basically. So, but one show you'll notice listed there is Pelswick. Now, unless you've been following my page and you know what Pelswick is, you'll be thinking, like, isn't that a children's show? Well, I always question why they reran it on Adult Swim in Canada as Canadian content from January 2021 to August 2022. That's how I discovered the show, actually, was through the reruns on there. I had never heard of it before. Or I'd heard of it, but I'd never seen it, so. Then I watched it and I loved it, so. It was originally made back in the day, like, for CBC in Canada as part of they had a Saturday morning block with shows for older kids. Usually the weekdays would be, and Sundays would be, the mornings would be for younger kids. And, they also aired it on Nickelodeon in the States, including pretty much making it an honorary Nicktoon, because it was always listed with all the other Nicktoons. And everything. It was even on the newest Nicktoons album, which came out the same day as the Dance and Sing the Best of Nick Jr. album. Both from the same record label, so. But the one thing about this is that, like, it explains why they reran it on Adult Swim. But it also that had a 14+ rating on Adult Swim, even though it was rated G, and advisories for coarse language and mature subject matter, even though it contains none of the sort. I guess you could argue that maybe some of the humor is a little, like, sort of making fun of PC culture. But even then, it was created for the intention of being a kid show, and it's not really, there's nothing objectionable in it, really, so. The only things that are objectionable are, like, the only worst kind of cursing they use is, like, saying idiot or stupid, like like most kid shows do, so. Yeah. But the one thing I also noticed is that John Callahan also created another cartoon at Nelvana as well, or late John Callahan, because he's passed away since, called Quads. Now, that was initially on in Canada on Teletoon as part of their former Teletoon Unleashed block, which later was merged with the Detour and Teletoon, and then that block became Teletoon at Night before being shut down and replaced by the aforementioned Adult Swim channel. So, but basically, I'm looking on the teen and adult section of this. Quads is nowhere to be found. Now, because they probably just needed to have an equal number on that page, they probably just left it off by accident. But why is it not on there? Is it like, if they were to leave something off, like, that's a series of, like, looks like three movies, that one. And then Robin, those are only, like, 3-minute interstitials, so they should have removed those. But, basically, it's not on there, so I'm wondering, did they lose the rights? I wouldn't think they would have, like, reverted back to anything, because the show was pretty much produced by Nelvana as its main copyright holder and distributor and everything, so producer, copyright holder, distributor, and I'm just sort of wondering. I think it's more likely that they just forgot to print it on here, but like I'm just kind of wondering about that, and I wonder why they decided Pelswick was a teen adult show, like, because it really isn't. It's not. Well, I wouldn't say it's like a show for young children. I'd say the 6 to 14 crowd. Like, I'd say it's in the vein of other shows that they list on the site here in the kids section. Like, let me just go up here. The two that I think it definitely fits better with, 16 and Braceface, if I can find it. There's Braceface right there. So yeah, I think it fits better with those. So, especially Bravest Warriors. Now, I never really watched Bravest Warriors because it was sort of after my time, but apparently that was originally created as an adult cartoon, but then later became a kid show or something because it was originally created for Cartoon Hangover. But yeah, I'm pretty sure something like that. But if anyone knows, then let me know, because that's sort of weird. But anyways, it's just kind of weird how they do that. Yeah, so if anyone knows, let me know. And to add on to that, another thing I was noticing is that I was sort of thinking, are they mistaking it for quads? That's what I thought at first, and I know that I'm pretty sure No Parking Barry also said that. But then I realized that quads is rated 18 plus and has all the advisories: violence, coarse language, sexual content, nudity, mature subject matter. So I know it wasn't that. So I just thought I'd add that piece of information on because I completely remember that right when I finished initially shooting the video. So. And yet another piece of information I also forgot to add to this, sorry about that, was the fact that, about 10 years ago, on Nelvana's old website, I remember going through an Internet Archive link, Pelswick was listed in their section of comedies. Like, I know that the 6 to 11 stuff, they now all group under one thing. Like all the cartoons they used to divide them up between boys action, comedy, and adventure. Though it was debatable sometimes which ones would fit under there, because I don't know why Jacob Tutu was in adventure. That should have been in comedy, I think, because if Grossology was in comedy, but whatever. But Pelswick was listed under comedy. Granted, at the same time, they also listed George and Martha and Dumb Bunnies in that section, too. But now they're back to being listed as preschool, because those used to actually play on the YTV Junior block back in the day. Though I kind of don't think those are necessarily preschool shows, neither. Same with Willis Wildlife, which is also listed, has been always been listed in preschool, but whatever. Yeah, but I just thought that was interesting how they initially had it just with all the other kid shows, and then now they're listing it with adult ones.